Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update. It is 10 o'clock on July 15th, 2021, an absolutely brutal day. The humidity, the smoke, the heat, it all just combined, and I had to walk in it because Nice Bus didn't show up, and that video will be up as soon as I'm done with this one. So, you can see what the sky looked like there. Hazy sun, just the sunset, just disgusting air. You can see the haze there in the air. There's a little carnival there, but you can see that just the haze, just the bad air quality that you had there. So let's go look and see what we got going on out there right now. And we do have heat advisory in effect, and we have an air quality alert in effect. So the heat advisory is right through 8 p.m. on Saturday. All right, and the air quality alert is going to be through tomorrow. So let's look and see what our satellite looked like and see the kind of air that we were dealing with today. Not many showers, thunderstorms to speak of, but you look at that. That is definitely smoke. We're starting to see that smoke now, starting to get into our area, and I could feel it. I literally, it was so thick, and it's hard to breathe outside. Really, we're going to just pause that just to show you. When it's really low, you can really see let me hit the pause button. Let me get this. Where's the pause? Oh, it's up here. Okay, let me hit pause right there. You can see, look at that. All this stuff you see, all this milky stuff, that's smoke. That's all coming from out west. It's just so much smoke. We go to the CONUS view here. You can actually see it. Let's move this to 36. So you can sort of see where the smoke is. You can see it's just stretching all the way through the Midwest, through into our area. If you're a little further south over Florida, maybe you don't have to deal with it as much. I don't see as much of it over Florida, but we're certainly dealing with it here. And you can definitely feel it in the air today, and that just made already oppressive conditions that much worse. Let's look at some of our observations now across the area, and it's a pretty muggy night. We're still around 80 degrees here in the middle of the island. South Shore's in the mid-70s, and dew points are also well into the 70s. It's extremely humid and disgusting out. And in the city, they're still holding on to the 80s. Let's see, Jersey, they're also holding on around 80. Look at these high dew points, mid to upper 70s. The humidity is just unbelievable. Let's take a look and see what the high temperatures were today across the area. So, although it was humid, I don't see too many 90s here. Got close, though. 88 at Farmingdale, 88 at Islip. It did manage to get to 90 at Brookhaven Airport, 86 at Gabreski. Pull this in a little more so we can get some more numbers here. Did manage to hit 90 in Carl Place, and it felt like it, trust me. And if you were on the South Shore, it was more in the mid-80s. Still warm even there. JFK got up to 88. LaGuardia, 91. Central Park, 88. Let's look and see how it did in New Jersey, where I'm sure it was probably hotter there. Not all that much hotter there. 89 in downtown Toms River, 90 at Lakehurst. So not a huge difference, and that's probably because I'll attribute it to the westerly kind of flow that we had to deal with today, and we had to endure. And it was, like I said, pretty absolutely brutal out. Let's go look at Carl Place and show you what it was like in Carl Place today. So get an idea. This is kind of typical for Nassau County. The conditions at the station. Still 79. And it's so muggy out there. You just walk and you sweat. You stand there and you sweat. 90.8 degrees was the high. So we got to 90. Dew point reached 74. And you could see throughout the day, you could see it just stayed right around 90 degrees, upper 80s, and really it still didn't really drop below 80 and just until 8. It's still pretty much around 80. We're really holding on to the heat in this area. You can see those dew points there in the 70s. So pretty absolutely brutal conditions. And if you go to the if you were on the South Shore, you probably have to be right on the South Shore to get some relief. Let's see. Mass Peak, we're right on the water. Let's see. Because I bet it was still pretty warm there. It's 77, so it's not all that much cooler there than it is here. But it did only hit 81. So it was only around 81. Yeah, they were a lot better off. Yep. They were a lot better off. But the humidity was still very high, but at least it didn't get as hot. So the South Shore, but you have to be right on the water. If you go inland just a little bit, it probably warm up. So if you go inland just a little bit, let's check Babylon Village up, because it's a little more inland now, right? Babylon Village Station. So let's see how they did. But I'm sure they're better off than we are. 88.3, so not a huge difference. Some things 88. So once you get a little bit away from the water, and it stayed in the upper 80s. It really didn't drop until it was in the 80s right until after 7 o'clock. So just slightly cooler than where we were. You had to have been right on the beach to really see much relief. Let's go look at North Patchogue. 76, so just a very muggy night out there. 75.6, so very warm. 88.5, so not quite 90, but pretty warm. And again, you couple that with the humidity, and it feels oppressive. You throw that in the humidity and the smoke, too. So the smoke is really, you're dealing with the smoke on top of all this other stuff that you're dealing with. And I really thought maybe we would avoid the smoke, but somehow it has worked its way into our area just because there's so much of it. And now let's go to the hottest place we can find, which is west of Toms River, and see how they did today. Into the desert we go, where it still looks like 80 degrees. Let's see, 77, actually, all right, 77. Very muggy night. 77, and let's see what they got up to today. 92.6, so a little bit warmer than us, but not by much. And again, it's because of that westerly wind component that was killing us, that we had to deal with. So we're going to be dealing with that westerly wind component tomorrow, unfortunately, too. So there you go, a sample of what today was like. Let's go and look at the GFS now and show you what's going to be happening. We still have the ridge here, obviously. Nothing really changed. I'm not even going to show you the broad view. We're going to just go to the HRRR and look and see where our next chances of precipitation are going to be as we head in to show you what's going to happen on the weekend here. So tomorrow, start off dry, maybe some chances of showers and thunderstorms, slight chance, not seeing a whole lot of activity, and it's mainly north of the area. Maybe more likely on Saturday that we see some storms develop and move into our area, more likely on Saturday. Let's go look at our temperatures. So looking at our temperatures here, tomorrow we do it again. Tomorrow is going to be very hot. 90s, I think for Nassau, I think everybody in Nassau gets to the 90s. Upper 90s, Jersey, maybe 100 degrees. Maybe somebody will see 100. And the only real relief will be right on the south shore of Nassau, I mean within a mile of the water, or maybe a little further east to East End. But again, you have to be right on the south shore to get any kind of relief tomorrow. There's going to be a killer westerly wind. Saturday, looks like we're going to have more of a southerly flow, and that'll keep Long Island cooler with temperatures maybe staying in the 80s. At least this is what the HRRR is predicting. But the dew points, they're not going anywhere. You can see more of a southeasterly flow actually on Saturday. That will help us, actually. That'll help things feel a lot better, I think, for Saturday. Although the dew points will be high, it won't be as hot. But tomorrow you could see more of that southwesterly flow, which means less of a sea breeze. And that means it's going to be brutal when you see that, and you're going to be dealing with that. So let's go to the GFS now, and we'll look at these dew points to show you they don't really go anywhere. We try to get some drier air in here as we get after Sunday with a weak front that'll try to come through. But I'm not even going to look at that right now because it's kind of too far in the long range to really know exactly what's going to happen. But we do know that when this front gets closer, Saturday night and Sunday, we might have that chance of showers and thunderstorms. Go to the NAM, and we'll look at our sky conditions. Obviously, we did have sunshine today, and we did have plenty of it, but it was very hazy. Same thing for tomorrow. Probably going to be dealing with that haze and that smoke. Here's Saturday. We may be dealing with a few more clouds, but at least it'll be a little cooler with that southeasterly flow. And beyond that, I'm not even going to say with the skies right now, all right, because we got to get through the next day or so with this heat, and it's not going to be fun. Let's go to Ventu Sky right now, and we'll look at our temperature forecast on this as well. Here it is for Friday, and you will see here, again, look at this. So we are getting well into the 90s. See, look at that westerly flow right there. That'll bring the air right in over Jersey for much of Long Island. So, again, You follow those arrows, they're going right across from Jersey over to Long Island. So most Long Island's going to be dealing with 90s tomorrow. West-southwest winds. You have to be right on the South Shore for any kind of relief. And it's just going to be brutal. Tomorrow is going to be the worst day of it, of this particular heat stretch here that we have. Oddly enough, you can't really call it a heat wave because it hasn't hit 90 3 days in a row, which is what you need for a heat wave. But the humidity has been relentless, and that's really what's making it. But you can see more of that southerly flow on Saturday, which will keep us better. So lastly, we'll look at Cape with thunderstorm threat for tomorrow, and there are some areas of Cape very isolated, but again, it's kind of a capped atmosphere, so it's not really going to be able to do all that much until we get towards Saturday, and then maybe we'll see a little more activity. But tomorrow, probably very widespread as far as the showers and thunderstorms go. I'm going to double check on SPC right now and see if they have anything for our area tomorrow. I don't think so. Convective outlook for tomorrow, nothing really. It's marginal just to the north of us. Other than that, not really anything to talk about with that in regards to that. So I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. Tomorrow's going to be a brutal one, and I'm not going to walk. And if the bus doesn't show up, I'm going to have to pay and get ripped off because it's just too hot tomorrow. Don't even attempt to walk around outside tomorrow because it will be even worse than today, especially if that smoke is around, and I really don't think it's going anywhere. Oh, that's right. Speaking of the smoke, almost forgot. Let me just look at the air quality here to show you kind of air we're dealing with here. And all right, so let's go chemicals first. And of course, there's a lot of carbon monoxide in the air. Look at this. This is all carbon monoxide over area 2, which gives us bad air quality. But then you go to the particles and you look at the PM2.5, and you see here, this is the smoke right here. You can see the smoke. If they have clean air over Florida, you're actually better off in Florida right now. It's probably a little cooler there. Maybe it's just as humid, but the air quality is much better. So you actually are better off in Florida right now than in the tri-state area. That's how messed up it is. I'd almost rather be in Florida at this point. That's how bad it is here. At least they're not dealing with the smoke. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.